Tensions are rising in the tennis world as several of her peers find themselves at the center of a growing controversy surrounding prize money at the upcoming. The debate intensified after a former U.S. tennis star publicly called on top players to consider boycotting the prestigious clay court tournament, citing what they described as ongoing inequities in financial compensation. The remarks have sparked widespread discussion across the sport, with players, analysts, and fans weighing the potential impact of such a dramatic move. While the French Open remains one of the 4 Grand Slam events and a cornerstone of the tennis calendar, concerns over prize distribution, particularly in relation to revenue generation and player workload, have increasingly come under scrutiny in recent years. The former American player, who has remained vocal on issues affecting athletes' rights, argued that elite competitors like Gauff are in a unique position to push for meaningful change. According to the ex-star, a collective stance from top-ranked players could force tournament organizers and governing bodies to revisit how prize money is structured, especially in early rounds where lower-ranked players often struggle financially despite competing on the biggest stages. One of the brightest young stars in women's tennis has not publicly endorsed the boycott call, but has previously spoken about fairness and player welfare. Her rapid rise and growing influence within the sport have made her a central figure in conversations that extend beyond the court. At just a young age, she has already demonstrated a willingness to engage with broader issues, making her response to this situation particularly anticipated. Other players on both the ATP and WTA tours are also reportedly monitoring the situation closely. While some support the idea of pushing for better compensation, others remain cautious about the implications of skipping a Grand Slam event. For many athletes, the French Open is not only a chance at significant earnings, but also critical for ranking points, sponsorship exposure, and career legacy. Tournament organizers have yet to issue a formal response to the boycott suggestion, but insiders suggest that discussions around prize money adjustments are ongoing. In recent years, Grand Slam tournaments have increased total prize pools, yet critics argue that the distribution still disproportionately favors later rounds, leaving early exit players with comparatively modest earnings. The controversy also highlights broader economic questions within tennis. Unlike team sports with centralized revenue-sharing models, professional tennis operates on a fragmented system where players often bear significant travel and coaching expenses. This structure has fueled long-standing debates about financial sustainability, particularly for those outside the top rankings. As the French Open approaches, the possibility of a boycott remains uncertain. However, the conversation itself underscores a shifting dynamic in tennis, where players are increasingly willing to challenge established norms. Whether or not a coordinated protest materializes, the pressure on organizers to address prize money concerns appears to be mounting. For now, all eyes remain on leading figures like Gauff and how they choose to respond, as their decisions could shape not only this year's tournament, but also the future of player advocacy in the sport.